does it, not for me. Do you?
That was unnecessary, wasn't it?
No, it's a good. Shall we cook some chicken? What do you say?
I say every day. You could ask me every second of any day. I would say, yes please, let's cook chicken.
We're in a Christmassy vibe, but we still had to change it a little bit, of course, true to nature. So I'm going to make you a dukkah to go under the skin of the chicken, but it's not any dukkah. It's got curry leaves in it as well. So Helen went to Sri Lanka and she came back with a curry leaf dukkah, and they call it the crumble there, but obviously we call it dukkah just so people kind of understand.
We call it, I mean, you know, Claudia wrote and told us to, so we do.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just using a mixture of coriander seeds, cashews, and almonds.
Those peanuts.
And peanuts, as
he
you say, and almonds. And hazelnuts.
Lovely.
And we're just gonna spread them on the tray and just roast them for like 8 minutes. It's a really nice amount of curry leaves.
And
it's like 50
they're
curry
small.
leaves.
They're small because often they come more the size of bay leaves and with a bit more leatheriness.
They really vary, and I love those those little ones because they still have all the intensity of the flavor. And
I put mine back.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could. You're a bit bad behaved and I'm well behaved.
Yes, in some ways.
We know that.
In some ways, Yotam.
I only say one thing about the curry leaves. Do not buy the jarred ones that are freeze-dried. They just taste of nothing. You might as well put cardboard in your food. They have nothing to offer to the world. So just these fresh curry leaves, and they freeze really well.
No, I like it better like this. Instead of mistletoe, let's kiss under the curry leaf. Don't you think? Beautiful.
Yes, I can see that happening.
Yes, it's fantastic.
The oil is hot, and I'm just going to throw all the curry leaves in there.
Okay, you do that. That's very exciting.
Do this before you start everything. You get the oil infused with the curry flavors, and the leaves go crispy. This is a wonderful way to use curry leaves. So just literally 30 seconds, 40 seconds, they just crisp up. So you get a texture and the flavor oozes out. Really going to use the oil to roast some carrots.
What I was thinking is that I would like to put sort of extra oil.
Teach me.
If you had extra oil and you could keep it, it'd be so wonderful just for having to cook. Or imagine a bit of that in a very trad sage and onion stuffing.
Delicious. And actually, it's funny that you call it a sage and onion stuffing, because I think that dukkah is a bit of a stuffing, because when it goes under the skin, it gets that quality.
But in England, stuffing has to have squodge. Squodge and stodge.
I'll work on the squodge. I'll work on the squodge and you work on the stodge.
You carry on being your adorable self.
So we're talking about comfort. Do you have something that you just, off the top of your head, says comfort, like food-wise?
Well, roast chicken.
It's just yes.
Not just roast chicken. You know, any form of chicken, but ideally one that starts off as a whole chicken and is cooked as a whole chicken. No, that.
And why do you think that is? Because we've been on tour, Verena and I. Verena is hiding behind the curtain.
Why not? Does everyone say chicken? Roast chicken?
No, we quote you because you're very quotable. The fact that every meal or egg starts with a chicken for you, or every idea of a meal starts with a chicken. When you think about
that's true. Because when you know how the iPhone remembers things, you say so when you're in the iCal, and if I do anything TA, it automatically suggests take chicken out of the fridge.
Because it's always
so often, and I got so many entries that say that, just to remind me if I'm working before I go downstairs.
Why is chicken the ultimate international comfort food? What is it about chicken? And I haven't got the answer.
It must be about memories of eating it, you know, for always or something, because it can't be just
It's so cross-cultural though, isn't it?
Yes, it's simple, it's direct.
And talking about Christmas, so is there, I mean, I guess Christmas is all about comfort, right? Because it's all about the familiar. You don't really stray away.
It's a mixture though, isn't it? Because it's half about comfort and returning to what's familiar, but it's also a time of year when you suddenly, you might, you know, go off in a different direction for a party turn.
But what about your
Christmas? Mine, I do like it, the Christmas has to be essentially the same, but I often will add one dish. You see, look, those are very beautifully cut.
what I've got here is all the nuts,
Yes.
cashews, almonds, peanuts, and hazelnuts. I'm gonna add some chili flakes, some fried shallots, and from the curry leaves, I'm gonna put most of them in. They're cool now, cool enough to touch.
Hooray!
Hooray. This is good.
Beautiful.
This is so important in
Yes.
this case because this is kind of what will make this dukkah so
Yes.
much more delicious. Would you like to try?
Absolutely.
There you go, one for you.
Okay, you can have the bigger one. The other way. Okay. And then you have to check. We have to check each other's teeth after we've done this.
Yeah, we can do that in private.
Nice and salty.
Nice and salty.
It's really good.
Thank you. So nice. So
I'm sorry, the reason I've gone a bit silent, or relatively, is because I'm thinking, what else would I use it for?
I know that feeling. So Helen went to Sri Lanka and she had this at the hotel restaurant and she went to the kitchen and she asked the chef, so what is this thing? And he called it a crumble or like a curry crumble or something.
Yes.
And
Actually,
of course, Helen being Helen, she turned it, we call it a dukkah, but
Yeah,
it
but
is.
it is one. Can you imagine? You could really do a wonderful thing with some little tomatoes halved and cook them and then grill them with that on
Yes,
top. Because that with tomatoes
would be so nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, tomatoes and curry flavors are so nice together. I've done the carrots and I'm just going to throw this on this tray. And Nigella, question.
Why have you lined it?
The tray?
For roasting.
Oh, because they tend to stick quite a lot.
Yeah. Does it stop them getting caramelly?
No,
if it's on that
no,
paper,
it
though?
doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
Not for me.
That was unnecessary, wasn't it?
No. It's a good. What's your ideal Sunday? Talking about comfort because that's what we're here to talk about.
Well, it really depends on the time of year and what my week's been like. Getting up, making coffee, going back to bed with a book, reading, or maybe, lie on a sofa if I feel very energetic. And then I think I would say, then having my children or your close friends for a late lunch, so I don't have to rush in the morning, and then I also, don't have to have a late night.
But
essentially, I'm reading and lolling.
To make the dukkah, so do you want to mix that together, or do you want to stuff the chicken?
I'm going to see. No,
if the
that's
butter
okay.
is soft enough.
I thought you might be, tricking me and giving me hard butter.
No,
okay.
I gave you soft butter, but also this is a bit warm, so you kind of.
You don't want that.
You've got
entirely melting though.
You've got safety with two warm elements.
I can do that.
Okay, so I think that could be almost like enough dukkah. So it's.
Oh, right.
I think I'm not going to use all of it because I'm going to give you a jar to take home with the rest of it.
Oh, you're lovely.
And so that stays for you.
This is very. This is like a form of aromatherapy doing this.
This is it is
my God.
It's curry leaf therapy.
And butter. The butter is also an essential part of the comfort.
And I
and
prepared.
you put limes inside.
I put limes.
I always do lemons.
Because it's got that. Because I guess
No,
of
it's
the
fine,
curry
yes.
leaf and the pistachio kind of.
And
said
anyway, it's
lime.
quite a small chicken.
It's a small chicken, and then so what I'd ask you to do is just stick some of that under the skin.
You don't want me to go right to there?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I've
if you
made
want
space. And now I'm going to move it into the roasting plate. Said I'm not using the dukkah butter for the top because then the nuts will burn. So I'm just going to use my hand to just get some more butter over the chicken. Just spreading it out. I don't think we need all of it, but the more the merrier. The last thing is a bit of salt and pepper. So I'm quite generous with the flaky salt.
Yes.
Because it really needs it. And it will make the skin a bit crispier. So you really want it all there. Should we put it in?
Absolutely.
Verena made some delicious slow-cooked beans. They're also from the book.
Oh, God, how wonderful.
I told you, I think they just cooked in their own liquid with a bit of olive oil and garlic and some cherry tomatoes. And you eat, as you said,
Oh,
I mean, you
love
eat them at
that.
room temperature, and they're just so good.
So wonderful.
And I think they've had a good, well, more than half an hour to cook, and that's just, and you don't need to do anything. I mean, the texture is wonderful. We sometimes do use croutons, which are really nice, just a bit of like homemade croutons for
Yes.
those, although we call them beans on toast because we put them on toast.
Yeah.
But they don't need
Beans on toast is very brilliant.
they don't need potatoes coming. Let's grab the carrots, the yogurt, but it's not. I wouldn't know. I don't know if it was literally Christmas, if I would, but it's just nice because it kind of frames the carrots on the board and it's obviously it's delicious as well. I'm just going to lift them and throw them there. You can throw some of these curry leaves.
Yes.
Because
Really
they're so
lovely.
beautiful. And then we'll bring it all to the table and get the whole crew together, and we can have our
Fantastic.
Christmas feast.
Beautiful. I'm lost in silence.
The limes and the garlic are still there.
I want this.
This is the bit I had my eye on.
Forget about it.
I think you should take over.
No.
We're
What
doing
I mean is it's
musical
much
chairs, musical
easier
chicken.
just to take that whole breast off and then cut it against
Slice it.
sideways
But
into
yes,
thicker
that's what I
chunks,
was thinking.
because you don't really
so
want.
we want to do that.
But don't give me
I'm just
any.
relying
I'm
on
waiting
very
for the
good
brown
edits
meat,
here.
please.
What did
I'm
you
sure
funny
I
have
would
to
think.
say? Everybody's
I want an onion.
How many cooks does it take to carve a chicken?
Well, it's easier to tell people what they should be doing than do it. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
But everything here is very Christmas applicable.
I know, because you know so many people do carrots at Christmas, which I don't normally. I do just do parsnips, but I think I might have to,
do that.
add this to the
Yes.
repertoire.
Oh, you want to keep
Shape
our pasta?
away from the potatoes and fruit.
You
And
got
it's
all
so
their
great.
thing.
Mud in your eye.
Guys, thank you.
Cheers.
So it tempers the
I want
newness.
to give you a little bit of
Real
that.
comfort zone.
Thank you.
I never mentioned, we said it on the tour a few times, that dukkah under the skin is a bit of a nut roast.
It is.
Yes.
For me, I'm gutted that we don't have any bread sauce. I love bread sauce.
Is it bread sauce or mash?
I'm
or
the
bread
only
sauce
one in
and
my
mash?
family that likes the bread sauce. But I still make it just.
Just for
No,
yourself.
bread sauce has to be.
To you, Nigella, for coming and having our pre-Christmas-ish
Oh, it's
meal
so
with us.
lovely to be invited. I'm going to just
Full
carry
of
on
comfort.
eating.
Yeah. Carry
Full
on
of-
eating.
Full of comfort, but as a sort of comfort that is quite uplifting, not a comfort that feels just inward looking.
It's the comfort that comes with joy, right, Helen? The comfort and joy.
Comfort and joy.
That's what Helen.
Well, that's a Christmas
what,
message.
that's what Helen writes in her dedication. Comfort and joy.